Yo, welcome back to another episode of the Sandlot Bros Podcast. We're back here with a little opening day review slash a little in depth of all the games that happened on opening day. Right now, we're currently recording on day two of baseball. Well, technically like four if you want to count the Dodgers Tokyo series, but day two. So we're gonna go over some all the games during opening day, see how we feel about certain areas. Obviously, it's a little early to tell for a lot of teams, but we just want to some standouts, some surprises, and all that stuff. So, first of all, how are you doing? How's it going?
Chilling, man. Getting back into some groovy of things. Just finished playing up some MLB The Show 25, and
Yep.
before that, I played a little bit of COD. What's up with you, big dog?
Same. Played some COD earlier, just because Verdansk is coming back. Don't have high hopes, but we'll see. And
Get
then
the films right.
yeah, and then this is some MLB The Show. Currently dealing with allergies right now, so if you see me fly off screen, it's because I'm sneezing my life away. So don't be concerned. Sorry for the sniffles if you do hear them, but we'll take you right into the opening day first
Stay of
game,
the year.
which was the Brewers at the New York Yankees. It
Yes,
started
sir.
off with a bang, literally a bang. Austin Wells hits a leadoff home run, first time ever for the Yankees, which is kind of insane to be honest. I didn't, that was a stat I was not if you would have told me that, I would have not believed it. But
Yeah. First catcher to lead off, first catcher to hit a leadoff home run for the Yankees.
yeah, which is crazy. But Rodon pitched great. The defense looked awesome. A little scary at the end there, but everything looked good. Wells, like I said, hits a leadoff home run. Judge gets a little RBI knock. Then Volpe also hit a home run during the game as well. So a lot of positives for the Yankees. Bellinger as well had a little RBI. So see some of the young guys producing, some of the vets producing as well. So that was awesome. And then on the Brewers side of things, Peralta pitched relatively well. Besides those giving up those home runs,
hmm
tough night for Churio. He had 5 Ks, so he had the
A
gold,
platinum sombrero,
the
man.
platinum sombrero. And then pretty much that's all they had offensively besides Fredlick and Ortiz, which
hmm
they produced against our new closer Devin Williams, who had a little bit of a rough outing but was able to get out of it. My little heart was pounding. I was like, hold on, wait a minute. And it was like bases loaded. I was like, oh boy, but he was able to get out of
Yeah.
it. He strikes out Yelich to end the game. Any
Yeah.
thoughts? Any highlights for the Yankees and how they played?
Um, standout, I think Rendon right off the bat. When they signed Rendon, he was more of just four seam slider. Now it's kind of like he's added three more pitches and the changeup, using his curveball more, and then he's got a sinker that he used to. He pitched a sinker, I think, his rookie year, his sophomore year, and then he kind of scrapped it and then just more four seam ride and then slider. All pitches looked great last night. On opening day, I should say.
Right.
Um, I kind of, I mean. Sinkers, it's new. I like it. It's good to see the Yankees. I call the chicken parm bros. If you know, you know. They look good. Austin Wells looked good all spring. Volpe's looked. He's hit the bar hard during spring training, but he didn't get relatively any really great results. But Volpe's swinging the bat harder. So is Austin Wells. So it's good to see that these guys are making off-season adjustments and they're paying dividends game one. From the Brewers side, man, I don't know. I really like this Brewers team. Like I do. They don't get the win here, but dude, these guys are just everyone can steal base.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone's fast. They got some like pop here and there. Listen, Cheryl's not gonna strike out 5 times. I do wonder maybe because if you looked at last year, he struggled to open the year and then he just kind of turned it on. But this team, I think they're gonna be a force in the Central. But
Yeah.
pitching was amazing. I think it was a pitcher's duel all the way to the end. But that's pretty much it. Freddie Peralta looked great for his first season. not first season, for his first start of the season. But yeah, this is a good, great game, man.
Yeah, it was a pretty good game. And then not and on the Brewers side, Capar just hit a home run off Rodon off his fastball, so that's the only
On the
takeaway from
blemish.
yeah for Rodon. It was giving up that home run, and he tends to do give up a lot of home runs with that fastball, so it's something to pay attention to here and there. But we'll move on
Yeah.
to our arch nemesis in the Royals. I mean, not the Royals, the Blue Jays and the Orioles, and
Oh, baby.
it was a blowout. It
Yeah.
was a lot of runs scored. Um, Adley had a huge game. I believe he had 2 home runs that game. It was a
Yep.
lot of home runs. Tyler O'Neill extends his opening day home run streak to 6 games. Now 6 straight seasons opening day home runs. Mullins hit a home run. It was a lot of home runs in this game. Barrios got rocked.
Yeah.
So that's one thing to take away on the Blue Jays side is Barrios. Uh, Currently at a 10.8 ERA. Obviously, it's the first start, but it's not something you want to see if you're on the Orioles side. Like I said, Tyler O'Neill, big day. He went 3 for 3, 3 RBIs, 2 walks. So he was just on base all day. So Orioles
Hmm.
come out strong there, and then Mullins had 5 RBIs in that game. So they're looking a little scary if that's what they're gonna be doing this year, especially Mullins, because Mullins had that breakout year and then he kind of fell off. So if he's back to that all star form, they're gonna be a scary team for sure.
Yo, 100%. Listen, Barrios has been like he's been one of those guys is like when he's got it, he's got it. And then like he just kind of like he's okay. And then he's like he looks like the ace that everyone thought he would be, but tough outing for him. Not the way you want to start your year, but it's better to get those starts out fast and then really settled in. Eflin looked great. I mean, 6 innings, 2 earned runs, 1 walk, 2 Ks. I mean, he looked great. Um, like I said, I mean, it was just you didn't think going into this game you would see 12-2. You thought maybe like 5, 6, but I mean, O's come out, they handle business, take game 1 of the season. I mean, this could be a very good team, a sneaky team. I mean, it sucks that they lost Corbin Burns,
Right.
their ace, and right now they're dealing without Grayson Rodriguez as well. So, I mean, it's gonna be very interesting the first couple months of the year until they get Grayson back, but they're starting pitching. But this offense is definitely good enough to carry them for a little while.
Yeah. So it's definitely a scary young team at that as well. And
Yeah.
then on the Blue Jay side, the only thing happening for them was Jimenez. He was the
A
only
little-
run support there. He had both RBIs there, and then everyone else was kind of 0-4. So
Yeah.
good for Jimenez. So obviously you want to see the Blue Jays compete because they are a very good team, especially adding Santander, who is going against the Orioles, ironically, but he was a no-show as well.
So make or break here for the Blue Jays.
And then we'll just keep it in the East with the Boston Red Sox, who took on the Rangers. Um, Red Sox end up winning that game 5-2. Our old boy Chapman gets the win on that game. So a little weirder to see if you ask me. But Abreu hits a home run during this game off of Aldi, and then on the Ranger side it was Higo Sioka and Kevin Pillar with the RBIs. So I
Yep.
mean, this is a Red Sox team that's pretty scary, that lineup, I would say, because you got Devers in there, Duran, who's a threat, and then Bregman, who's a hitting machine, and then Cass is a stud, and then you got Story in there that if he can kind of, you know, be kind of Story-ish, it's pretty good. But I mean, nothing crazy happened in this game. It was pretty much a pitcher's duel for the most part, and then the bats
So
woke
yeah,
up.
until the ninth inning, and then Mr. Willie or Abreu smacked a 3-run shot.
Yeah,
It was a game winner ish, but they're not home, so they're on the road. But yeah, I mean, it was. I mean, Crochet didn't have the Crochet stuff that we're used to seeing, and is a AL Cy Young candidate this year. Um, but they still win a game like this tells you a lot. Right now, Devers, if you're paying attention right now, he had 3 Ks, and then tonight he had another 4 Ks, but we'll get into that another day. But but yeah, I mean, listen, this Red Sox team is it's very scary. It got Garrett Willock coming out of the pen throwing 2 innings.
Yep.
Where Texas is going to struggle is going to be out of this bullpen. So they don't really have a lot of guys like dominant guys coming out of that bullpen. So I think they're gonna struggle there. In games like this where it's close 2-2 going into the ninth, I think this is where they're gonna struggle a lot.
Yeah, I agree. But on the positive note for them, Evaldi does have a good start. 6 innings, two earned,
Hmm.
9 Ks, which that one of those earned runs was off that home run. So
Yep.
good start for Evaldi. He looked great. So not concerned. Like you said, the only concern there is that bullpen. And then we'll
Yeah,
skip
sir.
to the NL East where we had the Phillies and the Nationals, and my God, Mackenzie Gore looked like the stud he was meant to be a while ago when he first came up. He was like that top pitching prospect, and it
Yeah.
kind of translates sometimes, but then he had some ups and downs, but he was lights out. And let me tell you, he went 6 strong, 1 hit, 13 strikeouts. And if I tell you the final score, you're gonna say what happened. It was 7-3. Somehow we ended up losing the game, but Gore looked great on the Philly side. Zach Wheeler, obviously stud. He pitched 6, allowed 2 hits, 1 run, 2 walks, 8 strikeouts. So again, Wheeler did his thing, and then I don't know what happened, but the bullpen came in after Gore, and it was just I think Schwarber and Harper go back to back, and from there on it was just pretty much yeah, they do go back to back, but then yeah, the Phillies lineup woke up and they
GG.
just started they just started going crazy. So that sucked for Mackenzie Gore after an outing like that. Positive notes for the Nationals. Cruz gets a stolen base. He's one of those lightning fast dudes that are gonna steal a ton of base this year if he obviously can get
Yeah.
on base. But it sucks for the Nationals and Gore to see that happen.
100%. I mean, it was a pitcher's duel through six, one earned run through both sides. Um 13 Ks, 8 Ks on the other side, combined for 21 Ks and 12 innings combined. I will say this, like I said with the Blue Jays, this is a make or break type year for the Phillies. A lot of their guys are aging. A lot of the guys are, a couple of the guys like JT are going to be free agents coming up this year. So big, I mean, listen, you want to start off 1-0, yes, but this is a make or break type year. Like this is it. Like you probably got like 2 more years maybe with this type of um team right now. But yeah, I mean, on the other side, flip side, I'm not saying they're making the playoffs. Don't get me wrong, but this can be a sneaky good team. I think um CJ Abrams, James Wood, Josh Bell, Nate Lowe, Ruiz, Dylan Cruz. Like this can be a really sneaky good team. I want to see what they do maybe going into the trade deadline. Do you trade Mackenzie Gore and try to get like the King's ransom for him and then just continue to stack that farm system that's very deep right now? So, I mean, great game from the Phillies. They come back, they win. I want to say they come back, but they come back, they win in the 10th inning, 7-3, and they did the job. Um, I do like Jordan Romano. I don't know, maybe I don't know. They have Alvarado as well. Like Alvarado looked amazing during spring, but I mean, hey, this could be a very, very, very close NL East.
Oh yeah, for sure.
What we got next? So this is me.
Yeah, yeah.
We got the Cleveland Guardians and then the Kansas City Royals. Cleveland winning 7-4. I mean,
I don't
what a
know.
lot. I mean, who was I forget his name, was scheduled to pitch and he couldn't.
Ragans.
No, 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 no. Reagan's pitch for the Guardians.
Oh,
Oh, Tanner Bybee, Tanner Bybee or BB. whatever.
Yeah, baby.
So I saw something funny on Twitter. They're like he eats Chipotle before the day before every start.
Oh
So they're probably like he got a stomach bug.
yeah.
But Lively comes in and he pitches 5 innings, 3 earned runs. I mean, great coming off of last minute. Oh, I got to pitch. 5 innings for Reagans as well. He did not have as great stuff as if you seen him last year at all. He was dominant. Him and Tariq Skubal, I mean, those guys got some stuff. Um, but yeah, pretty much. I mean, Quan 2 for 4, Manzardo 3 for 4, 4 RBIs. Noel 1 for 4 with an RBI. India and his Royals debut, who got some shine in left field too, kind of weird. Went 0 for 5. Bobby Witt went 1 for 5. Pastantino, who honestly speaking, I feel like he's gonna really come in his own this year. And this is a big year for him. He went 2 for 4 with 3 RBIs. And then a lot of couple other guys. I think got Calvin Biggio. I like that little move too. Kind of guy that can move all over the field. But yeah, Royals take the loss here. Like I said, it was a good game. If you're watching this game, I mean, it came down to really just bullpen. Um, I mean, that's pretty much it. I mean,
Yeah,
it's not the pitching matchup we wanted, but
yeah. I don't know if you saw the game. The Royals in the ninth inning kind of shot themselves in the foot.
mhm.
I believe it
Yeah,
was. I don't know if it was first and second or second and third, something like that, with no outs, and they hit a ground ball to third. The guy at third ran home. They end up tagging him out, throwing a second, getting an easy double play,
yeah,
and that kind of ruined their ninth inning, and then they end up losing the game. So it was a couple boneheaded base running plays for the Royals, on a game they should have won. Um, but obviously, they're a really young team, so they're gonna make mistakes. But definitely a winnable game for them. Sucks that they lost it that way because it does hurt when you're supposed
yeah,
to win a game, especially when you have no outs and you're home, and then something like that happen. It's kind of like it's like a gut punch. But yeah, like you said, Cleveland comes out winning, and yeah, tough break and loss for the Royals there on a day that they should have won that game.
yeah. I mean, another thing, did the Yankees did they break Emmanuel Clase, man? Another blown save? Nah, I'm fucking with you. Nah, I'm playing. He'll be back. He's gonna do his thing. Going over right now. Then we move over to Houston, who beat the Mets 3-1 in Juan Soto's long-awaited Mets debut.
Oh, and they were
This
chirping
was
already after
Yeah,
the
they were
start.
chirping. Yeah, I mean, listen, both sides are always gonna chirp. I hate when one side thinks it's just one side, man. It's both sides of the fence. Yankee fans and Met fans, we'll get along one day, hopefully. But I mean, Freddie, Franmir Valdez just, I mean, he pitched great. I mean, 7 innings, 4 hits, 4 Ks, 2 walks allowed. Well, gives it up to the bullpen, goes to Brian Abreu and then Hader for the save. Clay Holmes in his first start for the Mets, 4 and 2/3, 5 hits, 2 earned runs, 4 walks, 4 Ks. It's the I want to say it's the Clay Holmes that we know, and from the Yankees. I think this was going to be the biggest issue with Clay Holmes is
Yeah,
staying inside the strike zone. 4 walks, it's not ideal. 5 hits. I mean, listen, first start, you'll probably wipe it down. You go in the next 5 days and then you try to have a better start. Um, but I mean, this was a pitcher's kind of duel. I mean, after the third inning, no one scored until the ninth. So Juan Soto actually came up, was it bases loaded or first and third?
first and third, two
First
outs.
and third with 2 outs against Josh Hader. And if you watch the game last year, coincidentally, same kind of situation with the Yankees in Houston where Soto hits the game winner. Well, yeah, pretty much the game winner for the Yankees. They come out, they close it. And then this year, Soto strikes out. So yeah, take that, Soto.
Yeah,
Nah, I'm joking.
it was a
Yeah.
good game for the Astros. I would say Altuve looked pretty good there left. I was
Hmm.
pretty. I know he came up as an outfielder, but it's like he's a lot older. I mean, he's not the fastest guy anymore, and he is on the small, like he's like 5'6" or 5'7" or something like that. So to see
Yeah.
him out there running out there, snagging balls down and making plays was pretty impressive if you ask me. He was like a little Mookie Betts, but he's kind of doing the opposite. He's going from the infield to the outfield, where Betts went from the outfield to the infield.
Mhm.
But yeah, I'm a little shocked to see Clay Holmes already starting. Like I feel like he needs more time to stretch out into a starter and get more reps. But they just kind of just full send it. But I mean, he
Yeah,
looked pretty good for 4 innings. I mean, the Astros isn't a tough. It's not an easy matchup. So to go four only allowing 2
100%.
is it's pretty good if you ask me. And then obviously Soto's wasn't he didn't have a great opening, but he ends up hitting a home run today. So
Mhm.
in game two, so he'll be all right.
Yeah. That ninth inning, Acuna, Ronald's brother, Luis Acuna, Luis Angeles, whatever, Luis Angel. He had a great at bat against Josh Hader.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he was just fouling ball, foul, 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 and it's something you look at. He had a tough night. He had an error as well, but something you like to see from a young player versus one of the game's most, one. I mean, at a certain point, this guy was the best closer in the league. Now he's kind of like now he's probably top 10 somewhere in that top five maybe area.
Yeah.
So it was a great at bat for him as well. But tough game. Listen, the Mets are going to be the Mets. They'll be okay. They'll make the playoffs this year, most likely if they stay healthy. But yeah, we'll move on to the San Francisco Giants versus the Cincinnati Reds.
Yeah.
And man, let me tell you something. I love watching Hunter Green pitch.
Yeah.
This guy is 99, 99, 100, 99, 99, 100, 99, 99. Like, dude, this guy throws bullets from the right side. Five, it wasn't in a winning faction, but 5 innings, 3 hits, 2 earned runs, 1 walk, 8 Ks. I mean, like I said, he looked great. They don't lose because of him. They blow save. I don't even know how to pronounce his name. Galbolt. Four earned runs to blow the save. But listen, it was a great game. They come out and they start swinging against Logan Webb with 5 innings, 3 earned runs, 3 walks, 5 Ks. So not the Logan Webb that we're normally seeing,
Right.
but they blow the game out in the ninth inning. But who did I want to highlight? Oh, Caminero, 2 for 3 with 3 RBIs and a walk. I mean,
Oh yeah.
listen, I'm telling you, this little red team they can hit. But on the other side, the flip side, Giants who won the game, Adames in his Giants debut didn't get a hit. He had 3 Ks. He had a little golden sombrero. Lee coming back from his injury last year, 2 walks, 2 Ks. Chapman 1 for 4. Ramos 1 for 4 with 2 RBIs. Homer Bailey 1 for 4 with an RBI. And then Flor is that 1 for 4? It is, right. 1 for 4 with 3 RBIs. But this Giants team is going to be very, very pesky. Um, they're not going to shoot themselves in the foot in a sense of making errors and stuff. This is a very good team. I look at someone like Lamont Wade Jr. and Adames at the top of this order. I really think they're like a piece or two away offensively to be a very contending team.
Yeah.
But listen, great game. I mean, it came down all the way to the ninth inning.
Yeah. Like you said, the highlights for the Giants was Ramos hitting the
Flow
he hit
rats.
the 2 run shot off Hunter Green in the fourth, and then Wilmer Flores ended up hitting another home run in the ninth to basically win the game. But it was a pretty good game. It was awesome to see. Um,
Yeah.
and then I like Yaz out there, so he looks it was good to see him play good because I like him.
I don't know if I just called Patrick Bailey Homer Bailey by accident, but
No,
I think
Homer
I've
Bailey.
done. Oh shit! I was like, did I just call him Homer Bailey? This guy hasn't been in the MLB in like 5 years. And then the other game that'll take me, and then you see Steve kind of take over again. Will be the Padres versus the Braves. Padres come out and win 7-4. Um, I mean, very un-Chris Sale game. 5 innings, 3 earned runs, 7 Ks. Michael King on the other side did not have it either. 2 and 2/3, 3 earned runs, 4 walks, 3 Ks.
Mm-hmm.
And then it was just a bullpen game. That the Padres came back on top. Tatis doing Tatis things. Who I really want to be a Yankee. 3 for 4. Manny Machado 2 for 3 with an RBI and a walk. Jackson Merrill, dude, this guy, he's good. He is good.
He just comes up with
It's just
something.
like, yeah, it's bottom line, and this guy, you just know he's gonna make a great play, and
Yeah,
he's just gonna base hit, drive in 2 runs. He doesn't like, he's smooth.
yeah. I believe he's
But
the one that hit the go ahead. I think
yeah,
single or double, whatever it was, up the middle,
yeah,
or line drive up the middle. It wasn't like a grounder, but I would think it was him that did it too.
yeah. So he goes 1 for 3 with 4 RBIs. And on the other side, everyone kind of was a hit parade on that side, but
Hmm.
Albies was with 3 RBIs and Austin Riley with 1 RBI. I mean, it was a good game. It was a bullpen game. Neither of the two starters really had their A+ stuff.
Right.
So, it was good for the Padres to come out and win this game for, themselves, for their pitcher only going like 2 2/3, which is Michael King is not what you usually see. I mean, he's a very great pitcher. So excited to see what the Padres and this Atlanta team could do. I feel like we got a lot of great games during opening day.
Yeah, especially on a game where you kind of see Sale and King, you're like, oh, this is gonna be like a pitcher's duel,
Yeah.
and then out of nowhere, both offenses kind of pick it up. It's kind of the flip side of things. It's crazy how baseball can work that way. Like you said, on the Braves side, Albies hits a home run, Riley hits a home run, so that's positive stuff for the Braves, especially since I don't think Acuna's back yet. Or is he back?
No, he should be back. I think in May, they said mid-May, late May.
So it's scary to think that their best player is not
Mhm.
even on their team yet, which is
Yeah.
insane. And obviously, they can still put up big numbers. So obviously, they got a little bit of time before he gets back, but it's still good to see the offense working like that. You know their pitching is gonna be great, so
Yeah.
it's definitely a fun team to watch for sure. Because they run, they hit for power, they make plays. So definitely a fun team to watch. But like you said, Padres also a fun team to watch. So
Hmm.
we'll keep our eyes with on them too. All right, and then we'll
Take
go
it
into
away,
some
Steve.
not so interesting teams in the White Sox and the Angels. Um, Angels
But
lineup.
before we start, hold on. Before we start, let me say something. Don't be hitting Trout on his goddamn hands, okay? We just got him back. Chill.
I know. I saw that pop up, and I'm just like, ain't no way. But he hasn't played of the game. It was a little scary because Trout in the past couple years had been dealing with some injuries, but so the last thing you want to see is getting hit, especially on his hand. It's
Hmm.
like, come on. But yeah, like I said, White Sox end up just beating down on the Angels 8-1. Kikuchi has a rush start. Burke pitched amazing for the White
Yeah.
Sox. Burke looks like a stud. White Sox have a good tendencies of developing some good pitching studs, so he looks like he's gonna be one of them. Um, on the White Sox side, obviously they had all the offense. So Luis Robert hits a double, Slater hits a home run, Benintendi hits a home run, and Sosa hits a home run. So White Sox came out swinging. Uh, yeah, they look good. And then, like we talked before, it's like to see. Obviously, we don't expect them to contend, so we kind of want to see if they're moving pieces, if they're gonna trade. Obviously, their big gun, Luis Robert, which I think they should, and I think they will.
Yeah.
It's more of him having a good first half of the season and see who's interested. And whatever team gets him is definitely gonna be really really good because he's pretty good defensively and he's a stud offensively and he can steal some
Yeah.
bases as well. And like you said, Trout he had a pretty good game. He walked. He went 0 for 2 with a walk, but also got hit by a pitch as well in there. So Trout's gonna
Give him
Trout.
some time.
It's kind of
Yeah, give him some time, man.
he'll be good. We definitely
Yeah.
know that. And then on a positive note for them, Joe Odell gets a base hit as well. Strikes out only once. Obviously, the big thing with him is his strikeout. So to see him strike out only once is a positive note. And then Hoppy went 2 for 4.
Yeah.
So
I mean,
and he hit
for
the
this ain't
he hit that home run as well. He
yeah.
hit their only run.
Like you said, I mean, Listen, at this point, I mean, these two teams are probably bottom of the barrel in their own respective divisions.
Hmm.
For the Angels, you're just looking, I mean, honestly, for both teams, you're just looking for your young guys to really step up and produce to a certain degree. Like you said, you want, I mean, for the White Sox, you need Miguel Vargas to really step into his potential that he showed with the Dodgers before getting traded over the White Sox. And you want Robert to really get going fast, and even Benintendi. Maybe you can trade both of them and really start, stacking on a lot of prospects in that farm system. For the Angels, I mean, it's tough because they don't have a sense of direction. Like at least with the White Sox, they were building.
Yeah.
Though with the Angels, they're trying to retool on a fly, and it makes no sense to me because you're retooling. Like usually when you retool a team, you just made the playoffs or you just made the World Series or something. You just need to retool. Okay, these guys are trying to do it on the fly, and they don't really have anything outside of Trout. I mean, they have some good pieces, but their pieces is something that you look at the trade deadline, like, oh, let's trade that person there. I mean, you look at someone like Soler. Do you try to trade Soler? You look at if you can get Tim Anderson anywhere near where the White Sox had Tim Anderson, can you trade him? Rendifo, and then those are your three guys, even Moncada as well coming off the bench. Can you move them for something? So that's why I look for the Angels. I mean, I don't expect them to do anything crazy this year as well as the White Sox.
Right.
It's just about the young players developing.
Yeah, I totally agree. And then, so moving on from that, we had the Marlins and the Pirates. Very good game. We had two studs going at it, and they pretty much matched each other up in Paul Skeens and Sandy. Paul
Hmm.
Skeens goes five and a third, and then Sandy goes four and two thirds. And if you look at the line, it's pretty much the same. Besides, the strikeouts were identical. Sandy did have four walks, so his command, which is a little unusual for him to have that many walks, but
Yeah.
he had four walks. Skeens had two. Both had allowed two earned runs. Sandy allowed two hits, and then Skeens allowed three. So it was a pitcher's duel. They pretty much matched each other up as you kind of expected, and it was fun to watch for sure.
Yeah.
It's fun to see Sandy back on the mound after Tommy. He had Tommy John, right, or something.
Yes. Yeah.
And then obviously Paul Skeens coming off the year he had is good to see that there's no step loss in there as of yet. But they both looked great. Both teams looked great. I thought.
Mhm.
The Marlins do end up coming up on top, winning 5-4. But overall, it was a good game from both sides.
Yeah. I mean, it just came down to the Pirates being the Pirates, unfortunately, and I'm a fan of this team. I really am. On top of Paul Skeens, Jared Jones, who is, who they thought they were gonna lose for a while.
Hmm.
He's actually got a very good MRI. They're thinking that he could be back hopefully soon.
Right.
I really like this Pirates team. It came down to the ninth inning. Basically single to center field, and not Deli Cruz, sorry, O'Neal Cruz yeah, virtually new to center field. He overthrows the cutoff man. The throws goes to home plate. The guy goes to second base, and then that just sets up everything. And then he misplays a ball in center field that comes off the wall and it ricochets. And he's kind of caught in the middle because he's like, "Oh, I can make this play," and then he kind of stops fast because he sees the wall. He feels the wall coming, so he stops. And then the ball trickles away from him, and comes down to like two little mistakes like that, two blunders for him. But like I said, moving from short to center is not easy.
Right.
So I think he'll get it. Man, I just want these Pirates to be good because honestly speaking, anytime this team is in the playoffs, it's electric.
Yeah.
And honestly speaking, I feel like they're top two in best stadiums and whatever. But I mean, if Brian Reynolds could be Brian Reynolds from a couple years ago, O'Neal Cruz can show the same development that he's been doing, and then you get a couple of these guys. You get Key Brian hopefully hitting, and he probably make a move for a hitter or two during the trade deadline. But I do like this Pirates team to have good pitching. They're gonna have to play some small ball, but
Yeah.
I think they'll come back from this win, from this loss, and they'll bounce back. But there was this one pitch Sandy pitched, and it was 100 mile per hour, like 99,
Oh
that's
yeah.
99 100 mile per hour sinker. And if you know anything, home plate is 24 inches wide, and that thing had a 27-inch run. So that thing went.
Yeah, it looked
That
like
was insane, dude.
looked like a
It's good to have Sandy back.
yeah, it looked like he legit threw a frisbee at the plate.
Yeah.
Because when they showed the trail of it, I was like, how do you even do that? Like, that's not normal. I was like, that doesn't even make sense.
Yeah.
But yeah, like you said, big thing for the Pirates is I think adding another bat. They went 1 for 9 with runners in scoring position, and then the Marlins go 4 for 11. Obviously, the big
Hmm.
but the big thing. But good thing for the Pirates that even though they had all those runners position and scoring position, they stole a lot of bases this game,
Yep.
like a lot. I think Cruz has one, Hayes had two. Who else had one? Kind of Falefa had another one. Fam had another one. Reynolds had so they're running.
Yeah, they're gonna have to play some small ball.
Yeah, they're running. So that's like I said. If you get someone driving in those runs, they're gonna score a lot of runs. If they're gonna steal bases at this volume, they're gonna be fun to watch.
Yeah,
All right,
100%.
moving on to the Twins and the Cardinals. So Cardinals end up winning this one 5-3. Your boy Sonny Gray had a good start. So did
Yes,
Lopez.
sir.
Again, pretty much matched each other up. Um, Lopez ends up allowing 4 runs, 2 of them earned. Um, allowed 1 home run, and then Sonny Gray on the other side, 4 hits, 2 runs, 2 earned, 2 walks, 6 Ks, and also a lot of home run as well. Bader hits the home run off Gray, and then Newbart and Arenado hit a home run for the St. Louis Cardinals. So it's good
Future
to
third
see.
baseman.
It's good to see Nolan after that struggles in spring training. He's pretty much like, yo, I'm good. So no need to worry here. But he has 2 hits. Newbar, who I like really good. I really like him. He goes 2 for 4. And then on the side of the Twins, like I said, nothing really happened with them besides the home run. France has a decent game. Castro, Buxton didn't do anything, and neither did Correa. So obviously a pretty good lineup, but they're gonna struggle, especially staying on the field is the big thing for them.
Yeah. I mean, they're already down Royce Lewis, who's usually their third baseman,
Hmm.
who's really like, if that guy can stay healthy, I think that guy can put up some numbers if he stays healthy.
Yeah.
I think the standout for me, I mean, I know Lars hits one out. I think I see standout for me would be Nolan Arenado. His home run, his bat speed, and this is what his biggest struggle was last year, where his bat speed was sitting somewhere like 68, 69 miles per hour. His bat speed was up to like 73, 74 on his home run. So that Nolan Arenado is with that bat speed. I'm not saying he is going to be this year. He was an MVP candidate when his bat speed is where it was. So that just means basically he's getting to the ball quicker, so he's not getting beat on these fastballs anymore. If he can keep that up, I mean, I think I want to say he's virtually back to the Arenado of old, but he could have a very productive year.
Yeah.
And who knows, he could be our future third baseman for the New York Yankees.
I hope so.
Uh,
But
but yeah, I mean, it's for the Cardinal. If you're a Cardinals fan, this is good to see. You still want to be competitive. And if you do end up falling out of a playoff contention, you have some pieces that you can move. So I mean, you think of some guys like Sonny Gray, John King. You even look at Ryan Helsley, who just that guy 1 inning, 3 Ks. I mean, that guy's insane. You look at guys like that with Arenado, and those are guys that you can move on from in the trade deadline if your season isn't going to where you want it to. So I mean, very, very interesting. For Minnesota, it's just about let's get Royce Lewis back healthy. So great win for the Cardinals, though.
yeah, man. And then moving on to another pitching duel on paper was had to specify on paper because you see these names, you're like, huh, this is gonna be a good one. But I mean, it was a good one. It was a
Yeah.
reigning Cy Young winner in Skubal. versus Snell, who also won a Cy Young before. Obviously, the only thing with Snell is he gonna pitch more than 6 innings? Is always the thing with him because that's even though he's been doing it more recently, but that
Yeah.
was the biggest question mark every time people like were in conversations to getting him. It was like, yeah, but he only gives you five sometimes, maybe six. It was like he had a
Mhm.
long stretch where it was like he never got to the seventh inning because I guess his stuff just falls off the third time around. So that was always the iffy thing
Yeah.
about him. But he goes five, so doesn't go six, but he does go five. 5 hits, 2 runs, 2 earned, 4 walks, 2 Ks. School ball on the other side. Got bit by the long ball. Obviously, Dodger team. It's a pretty tough lineup to navigate, but he does give up 6 hits, 4 earned, 4 runs, 1 walk, only 2 strikeouts. A little surprising to see, but again, a good Dodger lineup. They have like 4 MVPs in there, so it's not gonna be easy. But yeah, I think he gives up a home run to Tommy Edman in the second inning, and then he gave up a big home run to Teoscar Hernandez in the fifth. Those are
Yeah.
the two mistakes he made. Obviously, it comes to bite him because it's the Dodger lineup, so it's like you got to pitch to somebody,
Yeah.
and they all can hurt you. Also, apparently, Tommy Edman is a home run
Yeah, that
machine.
man went to the Dodgers and turned into Jesus Christ, man.
Yeah, he has 3 RBIs. Teoscar has three or four. He had 3 RBIs too. And I think Otani ends up hitting a home run as well later on in the game. And then on the Detroit side, Torkelson hits a home run in the seventh. Um, Again, they looked pretty good. Glaber has a good game for them. It was their new addition. Riley Green had a tough one with 3 strikeouts. Um, Margot was like their big hitter. He kind of was the only was coming up for them. And then
Yeah.
that was pretty much it for them on that side. But on the Dodgers, like I said, Otani hits a home run. Betts goes 1 for 3. Kike had 3 RBIs. Um, Tommy Edman hits the solo home run. But yeah, man, this Dodger team is not easy to get through. But like I said, tough one for School Bowl and good one for Snell.
Yeah. Like you said, I mean, it was a pitcher's duel until kind of the fifth inning where that 3-run shot got to Skubal. Listen, great game all around. I mean, I think this is another team in the Detroit Tigers that's they're gonna surprise some people. They're gonna come up on a lot of people. Um, this is probably like their lefty lineup, and I like it, Margot.
Yeah,
You kind of hope Spencer Torkelson could tap into that potential. But this could be a sneaky good team. Colt Keith, who's someone I think is gonna have a good year, goes 0 for 5. Excuse me. But like I said, it was a great game all around. Um,
yeah.
Dodgers just come out with their goddamn bullpen.
That's true. I would say Snell did uh, do a good job of getting out of trouble. He had a couple
Yeah,
instances where he would walk a couple people. I think it was like 2 innings in a row. He would walk someone, they would get a base hit, and he would get out the inning. And then he did it again the next inning, and he was able to navigate out of it as well. So got himself
yeah,
in and out of trouble. So I definitely got to highlight that because it's not an easy thing to do, especially on a Detroit lineup like that, as good as they can be. So, but again, big takeaway from the Detroit Lions: they were 0 for 15 with runners in scoring position.
I don't win no games like that.
Against the Dodgers, you cannot do that.
Yes, sir.
But yeah, I just wanted to highlight that. And then Glaber had a little stolen base. So good to see for Glaber doing good things over there.
Sir, yes, sir. And then we got the next game over be the Diamondbacks versus Chicago.
Mm-hmm.
On paper, this would have been a nice, like again, this is your probably two number ones. Zach Gallen, I mean, both I would say both kind of struggled a bit, but Gallen, 4 innings, 4 earned runs, 4 walks, 4 Ks. This man's just throwing fours everywhere. Justin
Yeah.
Steele gets a second start of the season. 5 innings, 6 hits, 3 earned runs, 1 walk, 2 Ks. This would be the Cubs' third game of the year because they did play the Japan series against the Dodgers and lost both games, but they get their first win of the year. They're now 1-2. Ian Happ. 3 for 5. Kyle Tucker 1 for 5. Seiya Suzuki one for 5. Bush 2 for 4, and then Nico Horner 2 for 4 as well on that side. PCA 1 for 4, who's they're looking for a very big year from PCA and see what his development is. But I mean, Josh Naylor starts it off 1-0 with a single. Ian Happ doubles to get the Cubs 2-1, and then another single from Tucker. Suarez hits a home run, Happ hits a home run, and then after that was just they kept going and going and going. But the Cubs come out on this one in a kind of a slugfest, 10-6.
Yeah.
Um, like I said, Hap was, I mean, well, I like games like this because it's not seven different guys hit a home run. It was just Hap and then Suarez on the other end for home runs, but it was just a lot of hits, doubles, and singles on both sides. But yeah, struggle spot would be for the Diamondbacks, 2 for 11 runners in scoring position.
Hmm.
So, I mean, listen, first game of the year, but I think this Diamondbacks lineup is going to be very, very good. I think 1 through I would say 6 is good. I mean, Marte, Carroll, Gurriel, Naylor, Gabriel Moreno, and then Suarez, who's a big bat. I mean, he's going to strike out like 200 times.
Yep. He also hit home run today.
Exactly. But like I said, good win for the Cubs. This is a very It's a kind of in between team where they're young, but they have a couple veterans. I don't get them still to this day training for Kyle Tucker, but I don't make $1 million to make these decisions. So
Facts.
I just don't know if they have the money to re-sign him. If they have the money to re-sign him, then I like it. But
Yeah, I
I
think I
mean,
don't know. We'll see. I'm not.
yeah, you definitely will see. I just look at this team and I'm like, are they better than the Brewers?
I
And like
think.
that's where I get stuck.
Yeah, I feel like. Oh, I don't know. Offensively, they might Brewers might be a little better, but I definitely lean a little bit towards the Cubs pitching wise. But I mean,
Yeah.
you can argue either or. But yeah, it's good to see the both teams doing good. I mean, they're both scoring runs. Obviously, your two studs don't really pitch the way they're supposed to, but again, still early in the season. Some starting pitchers are gonna struggle in the early on going. So I don't expect that in a couple more starts, like in their third, fourth start in. I don't expect Zach Gallen to only pitch four. Same thing
Yeah.
on Justin Steele's side, even though this is his second start. But yeah, I had to double check. So I wasn't sure if they were still experimenting with Suarez at shortstop. Don't ask me why someone ever did that. But I think it was the Reds. They were trying him at short, and I was like, he's not even a good third baseman. But all right. So it's good to see
Yeah.
he's back at third. I feel like that's his more. Just keep him there.
Natural. Yeah.
But I think them picking him up is a good boost to that lineup, especially with Naylor now. Because like you
Hmm.
said, Suarez, although he will strike out a lot, he'll give you like 30, 40 home runs. So
Yeah.
it's good on them.
Sir. And then we'll get to the last game of opening day. Sorry, I keep looking left. Detroit and the Dodgers are 5-4 in the 10th inning, 1 out. Um, was the Mariners taking on the Athletics, and we had a good pitching game.
Yeah.
Logan Gilbert versus Luis Severino. I mean, Logan Gilbert, 7 innings, 2 hits, 1 earned run, 8 Ks. He gave up a home run in the fifth to Tyler Soderstrom, and then Savvy, our old
Yeah.
Yankee.
Yeah. He's a good one.
6 innings, 3 hits, 4 walks, but 6 Ks. I mean, listen, 4 walks is a little alarming. But he outside of that, he looked amazing,
Yeah.
and good. Gilbert as well looked great too.
Yeah.
Um, Listen, I feel like this is gonna happen to him a lot. For Severino, I think he's gonna pitch good or great sometimes, and he's gonna have nothing to show for it when it comes to the win column because of who's in the back end of that bullpen until you get it to Mason Miller. So he's gonna have to throw 8 innings every game. Um, but yeah, like I said, Soderstrom with a home run in the fifth made it 1-0, and then that was, I mean, it's 4-2.
Yeah.
What am I missing here? Robles with an RBI. And then Randy Rosareno, 1 for 3. No, I mean,
He's the one that
oh,
hit the home
sorry.
run.
Oh, yeah, he hit the home run. I was like, who hit the home run again? But yeah, he hits the home run. Robles with a sac fly, and then Starter Sean hits another home run in the top of the eighth, and that's when, in the bottom of the eighth, Randy Rosarino says, this is my game."
Yeah,
And then yeah, then Jorge Polanco, who they signed very kind of midway into spring training,
yeah,
hits another home run, and that was off of I believe Leclerc.
yeah,
And then that's how they win 4-2. But I mean, listen, good win for the Mariners. Is they listen first series? I know it's the first series, but this is when you take care of a team like this.
yeah.
This team's playing in a double A, triple A affiliate um stadium this year, so take care of these games. But I mean that would pretty much do it for the opening day. Anything you got for that last game, Steve?
Yeah. Butler has a tough one. Goes over three. A Rooker with
Oof.
4 strikeouts, so a little golden sombrero for him. And then outside of that, it was pretty much Sod that pretty much did everything.
Yeah,
So I mean, look, can't score no runs if nobody's on base. That's the thing that's Oakland's gonna have to deal with. But yeah, it's good to see Seattle that they got someone that can provide something. Even
yeah.
though Rand, I would still like them to see them add someone else in that lineup because right now it's just Julio and Randy for the most part. I mean, they have other
Hmm.
guys, but those are their two studs, and there's not much in that lineup. So
Yeah,
I would like to see them add another piece. But like you said, both pitchers pitch phenomenal. Logan Gilbert, he's a stud. That's one of the highlights for the Seattle teams, and we kind of saw that coming with Logan Gilbert, especially going against the A's. But like you said, I think the highlight was Severino. He just looked awesome. Um, and then in
yeah,
general, out of all the opening day things, if I had to pick a player to highlight, I'm gonna go with the obvious pick of Mackenzie Gore because he just looked awesome. And on a tough team like the Phillies lineup, it's not an easy task to go in there and strike 13 of them out.
yeah,
So it was impressive, especially your first start of the season. I was just like, damn, like that's pretty good. So I'm kind of excited to see where he goes and see if he can. Obviously, that volume is not going to be the same, but I want to see if he can be kind of consistent this year.
yeah. 100%. I agree with you. I mean,
All right, well,
he,
you gotta
he
give me
was the
one
best player. I gotta give you one.
stud, your little stud for opening day.
My stud for opening day. I mean, I wouldn't say he had the best game, but anytime you're 6 for 6 in the last opening days of hitting home runs, you got to go to Tyler O'Neill, man.
Yeah, I agree.
I mean, dude, doing that 6 straight times, 6 consecutive years, that's pretty impressive.
Mm-hmm.
And to think that one of those years was 2020, the COVID year, so you got a very well, baseball had a very, very, very late start that year. So I go with Tyler O'Neill, man.
I dig it. I dig it. But yeah, well, that was our little opening day reviews. Obviously, it's exciting. We're both huge baseball fans, so obviously we had to have a little episode just dedicated to the baseball side of things. So um, obviously football is not in season right now. Obviously there's some stuff going on, but it's not too crazy. Except someone's team signed someone.
Yeah, we got Russell Wilson.
And
Okay.
then we have basketball season wrapping up. I would say the end of the Lakers bowl game, insane. If you ever got a chance
Yeah.
to look at those last 10 seconds of that game, insane. But
Yeah.
yeah, that wraps it up for me. If you have anything to add,
And Jalen Brunson take my ankle, please. I need him for the damn fucking playoffs. Nah, my Knicks clinch. I don't know if you caught SmackDown today. It was a little earlier because they're in Europe. Man, CM Punk was crying, man.
yeah, that hit me
Main
so
eventing.
hit me my soul. I was like so happy. I was like, thank God, finally. Which sucks for like we said, the Jey Uso thing, because I don't think he's gonna main event unless
Yeah, I mean,
I don't know. We'll see where they take that. Either Cena and Cody are not gonna main event, or he's not gonna main event.
nah, Cena and Cody has to main event. That has to, bro.
And now it takes integrity away from the Royal Rumble, but that's a conversation for another day. Because if you win the Royal
Yeah,
Rumble, you're supposed to main event. So we'll see how Triple H plays that off. But yeah, man, wraps that up. We'll catch y'all on the next episode, and
was
hopefully
it
y'all
6 or 7?
7,
We'll
8,
figure it
7.
out.
I don't know. All right, we'll catch you on the next episode of the Sandlot Bro Podcast. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Hit us who was your opening day stud. Let me know if your team won or lost. What are your takeaways from your teams? What are you excited to see? What do you want to see more from your teams? And if there's any
Mookie
teams,
Betts just walked it off. 3-run shot to win it.
sounds about right. But yeah, let us know if there's any teams you want to talk about, any of your studs if we want to talk about that we might have missed for opening day. So just let us know. Comment below. And as always, follow us on Twitter um, for daily or updates whenever we're gonna drop a new episode or stream or whatever. And for any of if you're into the CDL, we usually drop our predictions in there. And Optic blew up. That's all I gotta say.
Yo, they went 8-0 in scrims today, bro. I don't know. I don't know. Streets is talking. They might be back, or they might just be a scrim team. Who knows? Anyways, yeah.
As Spanish people say, vamos ver.
Yes.
All right, later.
But
Catch you
peace,
on the
love, and
next one.
hair grease, guys. Peace, love, and hair grease.